Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Craig here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Jason, and he's selling his lead gen business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Jason. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Doing good. Looking forward to getting into a little bit of detail and talking about a lot of the success someone could have with this type of lead gen business.
Excellent. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting talk, so thank you for coming on. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of your business. It's a lead gen business in the medical niche, created in March 2014. The average monthly revenue for the business is $5,100, and it makes an average of $4,603 net profit each month. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 52191 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's have a look at what's included in the sale. We have the domain including all site content and files, an additional domain currently used as a redirect, a PBM domain, affiliate contracts and relationships, and social media accounts for Facebook and Twitter. Okay, Jason, now let's hear from you. Can you tell us a little about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, so I had started in digital 15 years ago, working with companies such as MySpace, Playboy, Disney, in which a portion of that was done as the business intelligence analyst, reviewing the company's assets and trying to figure out better ways to optimize them to increase, whether it be subscriptions, traffic, purchases, enrollments. And from there, I had started doing some keynote speaking. And one of the things I was doing is opening up my own consulting or our own agency, which I started years ago. And I had this site which I had started out just for testing. And I was looking to try some different tactics to see what would work based on what webinars I had been watching, and through which in 2014 I had it live and I was trying out some different techniques. And one of the things that happened is it started gaining a lot of traffic, and I was trying to figure out ways to optimize this traffic. So one of the things I did is I reached out to a company who was in the niche who was looking for affiliates. They didn't take it at first, and then what had happened is I just started sending them the calls, and then after that they said, okay, let's set up a contract. So my experience, not only in building lead gen sites, but also optimizing sites for clients to generate digital traffic and revenue.
Excellent. Yeah, well, that's quite a CV, and it's interesting how you've applied that experience into starting your own online business. The moment with this business model that you've got, how does it primarily make money?
So the business makes money primarily off generating organic traffic, and that organic traffic then calls the phone number on the site, which in turn, if it's over a 60-second call, we're paid out for the lead. And we're running paid ads through February, which helped increase, I think it was another 1,000 a month, but we had paused it at that time as we were looking to offload or turn over this web asset. So it's got good, strong organic traffic coming in with a lot of opportunity and upside to increase it, as well as turning on paid ads to generate some additional revenue. And we used to run AdSense on it a few years ago, but I turned it off just because there were some algo updates that we were trying to get through to help increase traffic and identify what was causing the slowdown.
Got it. Yeah, that all makes a lot of sense. And I see that you've got your site. It has Spanish translations as well. So do you accommodate a Spanish-speaking audience?
Yeah, so the affiliates within this niche, you can drive Spanish-speaking calls as well, too. And we had used a plugin on WordPress that would translate. So what it does is just takes the content that's already there, translated into a Spanish page with a Spanish URL that ranks for Spanish terms. And that might make up like a fourth of revenue now as well, too.
Yeah, that's great for a buyer to know they can expand into that audience and sort of utilize that. Yeah, so how come is it that you're selling the business right now?
Well, I'm looking to purchase another asset. One of the things we're trying to do is get some real estate investments going, which would be an apartment complex. So that way we could just diversify our portfolio overall and get some additional different types of assets instead of just having everything kind of web and stock market related.
Yeah, there's quite a few sellers we see in investing in real estate. So is there anything you've learned from this business that you would apply to a future site or business?
Because I work in the industry optimizing these things, there were things in the beginning that we took a lot from. The site's set up pretty much just to run itself right now. Like, we're not adding content. But in the beginning, some of the tests we were able to do that helped kind of build up was we were able to rank things within a day. We were able to rank a video for it within a minute. And it holds true just kind of how we optimize the site in general, is that we don't do any negative or any real black hat SEO. We do everything kind of by the book, but then we help grow it a little bit faster than what would naturally occur.
Yeah, and I see on your listing page that some of the informational articles on the site was created by a retired doctor. Is that right?
No, it was a persona used for the site that we had built around to help increase credibility, which worked.
Quite, yeah. I mean, it got me, so certainly good. Was there anything you tried when growing the site that didn't work out for you then?
I'm trying to think, because not that I can remember. Everything we did was based on solid feedback or information that we had to try and move the needle that we test out. Example, how to do perfect on page, in which we set up. And another test that we did was, is there such thing as duplicate content in local SEO, which there's not. So we're able to increase all these pages, keep the same content, and change a couple words around for the location. One thing I remember now is that one of the tricks that we used was going to Wikipedia, finding content around local area, putting that towards the bottom of the page, and using that outbound link to Wikipedia for the city, help impact getting better local results.
Yeah, that's interesting. That leads me into the next question. You mentioned that you tried some paid advertising. Did you do any other types of marketing for this business?
No, we just ran paid. We're running like $300 a month on it. We're probably getting around $800 in revenue, and then we just pulled back on it. The great thing is that the way that we had it structured, and when someone purchases and they see the Google Ads account, the CPCs were really low. So we're getting, even though they're really low, it was still, we'd probably generate in revenue about 33% revenue off the spend. So our ROAS is probably a $1 spend to $2 in rev, just about, or 1.5.
Yeah, it's really good returns. It's good for a buyer to have that data and be able to scale those campaigns. So I guess that could be one growth opportunity, but what do you think are some of the growth opportunities for a buyer to consider?
There's actually a lot of growth opportunities. One, just on the paid ads, is turning that back on. Also going into Spanish with paid ads, because those CPCs are going to be a lot lower and the rev per call is the same. So I can see that as being a good opportunity on the paid side. On the site side is building out more content that's relative to the page or topical to the page, not random stuff within the industry, but something specific to what we're trying to get ranked for. Another thing would be to increase site speed, move it on and look at web.dev, Lighthouse, get everything green as far as speed. That'll help improve it and get in a better position as well too. Building out a ton more local pages. Just built out some of the major cities that some of the affiliates were looking for. Another thing would be to go after other affiliates who pay higher for specific zip codes, creating an algorithm to swap zip code based on what someone's looking for. So you could use essentially a IVR through a call platform, say, enter your zip code, and then based on that zip code, it would transfer it to the affiliate that pays the highest amount for that location. What else is there? Those are the top things that come to mind. And monetizing formally, because I don't do anything with those right now.
Yeah, sounds like there's some good opportunities that sort. You've already set the foundations for, so interesting. So as for the day-to-day work on the business, can you describe the amount and type of work you do on this business for maintenance?
Pretty much nothing. I go in and I just update the back-end WordPress plugins and WordPress platform and theme, but that's all I've done for probably about a year now.
Okay, so yeah, pretty hands-off for a buyer then. But as for the buyer, what skills or requirements are there for someone who's not familiar with this niche or business model?
I'd say if you're looking to purchase one, you could let it kind of run and you could hire a cheap web developer just to keep the back end up. But ideally with any business, you want to learn exactly how you can make it more profitable. So the easy buyer, the buyer that doesn't know what they're doing, essentially get a web to update the back end. Someone who's looking to really take it to the next level. Outside of that, they're going to want to be able to add content to WordPress pages. They're going to want to be able to understand how to build out Google Ads campaigns. They're going to want to be able to how to find content and how to find content that ranks for what they're trying to target. And then they're going to want to be able to search affiliate sites. They're going to need to know how to do backlinks and build backlinks that are topically relevant. They're going to want to learn how to do internal backlinks. They're going to want to understand URL structures and silos. They're going to want to understand how to optimize a web form for monetization and making sure the right inputs are there that drives to whoever's trying to capture it and building out that HTTP post or internal email trigger. It's kind of your standard digital marketing for SEO in one sense, and in the other sense, it's digital ads, of being able to build up digital ad campaigns, understanding how to track them and drive revenue from them.
Absolutely, yeah. So knowledge related to the sort of growth opportunities in a sense, sounds like. So on the flip side of things, what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
The business setup, kind of like any other local business or any other digital property, where one of the worries you have to have is Google updates. Is it going to look at this site as an affiliate site and remove it from the listings? It's been running for 7 years now, so I think we've established authority that it should be able to maintain where it's at for a period of time. Or affiliates disappearing for this particular niche, which I don't see because it's a pretty big niche. Those would be the two risks, which I would say are very low.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we've covered a lot of great stuff today. Just to sort of wrap it up and summarize, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Because you could run it hands off. There's a lot of opportunity for growth. There's some easy optimizations that you could win right out of the bat. And if it's a business that you're looking to get an understanding of how just to get into an affiliate marketing or lead gen property, like everything's there that you can pull from in a very simplistic way that it could be applied to pretty much any site.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally makes a lot of sense. And regarding the sale of the business, would you commit to a non-compete?
Yeah, I could commit to a non-compete. I don't see a problem with that.
And how much support are you willing to offer buyers? Are you going for the standard 30 days of email and Skype support?
I could do 30 or more. I'm not concerned. I don't see there being a lot of need for support, but if someone needs to talk about just marketing in general and tactics, I'm always able to talk forever about that.
And are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
No.
No worries. Is there anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
No, I think we got it covered. I think overall it's an easy site to take over. It's kind of a plug and play. You can optimize it as you'd like. It's going to generate revenue, and it's going to be something that you could take to the next level if you're really looking to grow a business or grow a digital asset.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time, Jason. It's been great talking to you.
Great. Thanks for taking the time.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 52191. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you unlock this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.